But, you know, I do see a lot of things. So when people are like, oh, why do you show your ass that stuff? Tom, you don't need to be showing that stuff. Because I like to spread knowledge without shoving it in people's face. So maybe, just maybe, if you're going to judge me, anybody who's, you know, thinking, why the hell is he showing me his lobster? Why does he keep talking about it? He doesn't need to. Because sometimes when you show what you're working on, it opens the door for somebody else. Maybe somebody else has never heard of lobster. Maybe they don't know how it works. Maybe they've never heard of an asset. It's like when I talk to people about gold and silver. I show some people gold and silver because they've never actually seen it. Most people I've talked to have never seen gold or silver in person. I mean, it's that simple. Sometimes you have to show somebody. You have to show them the way without being so demeaning, and you know, you can't flaunt, but you've also got to be direct enough to be like, hey, this is what I'm doing and there's a reason why I'm doing it. Is it going to work? Well, hopefully that's why I'm putting so much time into it, just like I do with my technical analysis. Now, with Terra, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot dildo. I'm just saying, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot dildo. Even though it's tempting, like I said, I make my money by having 100% of my portfolio after these big drops. Every single person who watches me, as long as they were listening, is 100% fully intact. My audience on YouTube of better than 10,300 subscribers. The ever-growing audience here, which I can't believe it's over 270 now. I mean, it's only been a few weeks since we opened this up for everybody. Like, I think 6 weeks since I opened this up for everybody and kept it off of private. It's just been awesome. Did I see bits? Above the Sky with 18 bits. Thank you so much. You broke the cherry of donating bits today, and it only took 7.5 minutes. That's pretty impressive. Dimaka, thanks for following at 7:56 p.m. You were follower number... We got to find out for the rest of the show so that I can properly thank anybody who follows. Your follower 273, and for anybody watching who's new, simply click on my YouTube partner page so you know I'm not a lying scumbag, and you can go to my YouTube page where I have 10,300 subscribers. So I highly encourage you to do that so that you can see my content even away from Twitch, because I usually come on here, well, I used to come on 3 days a week. Now it's like 7 days a week. Yesterday I came on twice. But 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when you can catch me. Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 100% guaranteed. And then, obviously, I've been coming on a lot more because the market's been crashing, and I'm the only one you can trust. And that's not to be a dick. I called Luna. I'm the only one on YouTube who called Luna to crash to zero. And I did it at $113. And I've got plenty of evidence on YouTube if you just go watch it. And on here. Several classes ago that are still on here. I have, when I called this to zero. Yeah, it's up 28% right now. It's at 0 zeros, 3 zeros. So anyhow, let's get into XRP real quick. XRP is still building. Here, let me show you. We're on top of the 30-minute. We're on top of the 20-day. We have a bullish engulfing candle, but let me be perfectly clear. It's Thursday now. Okay, everybody? It's Thursday. That's a mighty big weekly engulfing candle to the downside. And that pattern's not done yet. It's in a ascending triangle. But if we break the ascending triangle, it's bad news. And we can even go deeper. Look at this, guys. We can even go deeper here. Because we can go down here and we can say, okay, well, the actual pattern's going to be something like this when it ends up playing out. And actually, we're not even in a symmetrical triangle. We're actually in an ascending triangle is what some people could say. And you know what? Or a broadening wedge. And honestly, with the way the market's going, I don't think it's necessarily the wrong thing. But what I'm looking at is there's a low, higher low. There's another low way over here. And it's all kind of... Right? I mean, we have to pay attention to this if this doesn't... Son of a bitch. Ah, for fuck's sake. See, it's already broke it. That's the problem. No matter how we draw it, it's already broke this. So, let's try to do it like this. See, this has been broken. That's why it's so important if you have any hope for XRP not to go to 20 cents, and I don't know why you would want it not to at this point. I know I just seen a couple donations and one rather large one. So, we'll get to that in a second, but I don't like to break my train of thought. But CW and Ali, I cannot thank you enough. Whether 1 penny or 100,000 of these bits, it all means the same to me because I know you guys are giving me your hard-earned money for the hard-earned time. Because nothing I can do is more valuable than my time. I can read a whole bunch of bullshit, but giving you my time and knowledge, that's the most important thing. And I'm going to continue to do it for anybody who wants to listen to me. So, this is busted right now. And what's happening here is we're stuck in a zone with XRP. If we cannot break past this and get back top side of this, and we're right on it right now, this resistance. If we don't get back on top side of this and we let the 20-day beat us out, it's going to come way down. Oh, it's going to come way down. And our first target hit at 48. Our second target hit at 42. Our next target hit almost at 32. The problem is we never hit 32, but this is where I start to get in fights with myself. Well, I said it was going to go to 32, but it went to 33.8. So what does that mean? Does that... Okay, maybe I should acknowledge everybody now that we have a hype train. So above this guy with 18 bits, I know I said that one. Almost famous. Thanks for the follow. You are number 274. Monsieur Ali, thank you for the 100 bits, homie. I really appreciate that. CW 5000 with 5,000 bits to stay true to his name. What a guy. This sumbitch, I'll tell you what. I know I saved you money, but geez, Louisos, are you a generous son of a bitch, and I can't thank you enough. And then Pizza Breath gave out 1 community sub, gifted to Whitey. Whitey's going to be very happy. Whitey's been part of my community since the very beginning, straight up. So, and he was part of my classes when I used to actually teach them. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you, Pizza Breath. That's the 27th active member of the TFAM right now. And then Cyber Sinner, thank you for the follow. You're number 275. Look at that. 3/4 of the way to, well, the next 100. But yeah, Whitey, I knew you'd be very happy about that. What a generous thought. So, the problem with XRP as well is that's clearly a bear pennant. We can see this. Right, so if it breaks down, this is going to be the length of the flag. So, measure the flag. We say it's going to break down here at this support. We could say here, though. Theoretically, we could say there. And that means our next technical target for XRP should be 25.8 approximately. So, I say that's pretty fair. Let me get rid of some of these lines. I know we've had them there for a reason, but I think that's pretty fair. Because we could say we're... I don't like to use the broadening wedge, though, because it's going to be too confusing, but if you actually look at this for what it is, XRP has a technical target now that it broke that uptrend. I mean, that's pretty substantial right now. That's substantial that it broke that uptrend because, as I've long stated, I think XRP is coming back to 12 cents. Everybody who's watched me for any amount of time knows that I think XRP was severely overvalued. And yes, I wrote it up from 47-cent average. I had it at 42, bought some at 38, and yada, yada, yada. And I rode that all the way up at a 47-cent average with 7,200 XRP. And for anybody who doesn't know, who might be new on Twitch, I rode that up to a $1.66 average. Sold some all the way up at $1.98. But on an average sale, it was $1.66. And I made a lot of money last year on it. I think it started with $3,500. And that ballooned up to over $17,000 in like 2 months. And then I ended up cashing out $8,000 into gold and silver, precious metals, like physical on person. Cashed out a few thousand in cash, and then, you know, we just did what I had to do. And now, great positioning. This audience on YouTube's just exploded over the last 14 months while I've been on YouTube. It's just been... we're about to hit 2 million views on YouTube, by the way, for my YouTube crowd. We're less than 16,000 views now, which is about a day and a half worth of YouTube videos. Away from 2 million views, if you can believe that or not. It's at like 1.978 or 1.986 million right now views, which is I still can't even believe, when I look at that and see that, I don't believe that. Because on Twitch we're about to hit 3,000 views. I get 16,000 views a day on YouTube. I can't get 300 views on Twitch. But I like it that way. Our community is growing small, and this is how I used to love YouTube. Now if I do a fucking live and I'm on there for any amount of time, there's over 100 people in there, and it's not the same vibe as I get from Twitch. This is different. So here's our technical target for XLM. And this is from the busted bull flag up here for anybody who's new. And if we break this descending triangle, which we finally are, we're starting to, guys. And that's what I'm saying. It's not just going to be Luna that has these huge fucking drops. The ISO coins can have big drops, and some of them are going to flip zeros. I mean, after I show this, I'm going to show you guys algo and show you exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't need to flip zeros to absolutely bankrupt people. Look at in the last. So this is just from May. Okay, so that's from May at the high. But right here, April 7th, 2022. So about 5 weeks. Right? 5 weeks. We're down 52 fucking %. I'll take it even a step farther. In a week. Somebody was down 43%, is still currently down 35%. I mean, that's just XLM. Look at XRP. You think XLM's bad? XRP's jumped off a fucking cliff. It's jumped off the figurative and literal cliff like we've been planning on. So I said everybody's insane to think XRP is going to go back over $1 right now. It's just not possible in the environment. Like, we can keep trying to buy the bottom, but until it's at the fucking bottom, we're going to go bankrupt if you don't listen to me, you're going to be bankrupt. Look at Alex Cobb and these other douchebags. Look at the one guy who lost over 1.5 million on his Terra Luna, Carl the Moon douchebag, who's changed his name. He's going to have to change his name again because he's not Carl the Moon. If it wasn't for all the people paying on his links and advertising because of the people who actually watch for whatever reason, the guy'd be broker than a joke. I mean, he literally, on Luna, we might as well just call him Carl the Eclipse. Because he got clipped. Luna clipped him. 1.5 million? I mean, Jesus Christ. How could you not see that? And being on the sidelines is a premium now, because if you weren't on the sidelines, you can't be on the sidelines. You would already be too broke. That's why anybody on the sidelines with me before the drops, congratulations. And IQ, you know very well, William. You've been on Lobster. You've been acquiring stuff like I have. Anybody who's been doing that, like today I had some stuff that I showed you when I bought it 2 days ago. I sold 400% on this one because I needed the XLM to buy the new influx. I bought 1,000 XLM, sold it for 4,000 XLM in 2 days. You know, that's the kind of things that are happening. Some of them take longer, but you know, it's one of those things. And now I bought 3 other assets that are about to come online and yada, yada, yada. But we're not here for that shit. What I'm here to tell you is right here. That's already broke this uptrend. Already, guys. We had a confirmed daily close as well. So, like, we can't act like this didn't happen. This did happen. And look where this fucking candle, it's below this line as well. So we can't act like this stuff isn't happening. That's the uptrending line. We closed below this. That's been acting as the uptrend on at least this part of the pattern since March of 2020. And people aren't acting like it's a big deal on YouTube. And I want to rip my fucking hair out. I excuse my French, but I'm just saying. Like, how is this not a big deal to anybody? For the first time since March of 2020, we closed a daily candle below the uptrend. I'm not making this up. This finally happened just now while we've been on the air. We closed the daily candle below the uptrend. The very thing I said we cannot afford to happen. Look how close we came yesterday. But I said we have to acknowledge we closed inside of that channel. Not today. Now what does that mean? What are the implications of this? There's no upward pressure. There's all downward pressure. What is the implications of this? The implications are we're probably going to 25 cents by Sunday. Remember, I'm the guy who called yesterday we're going down 30% before it dropped. Remember, I'm the guy who called this down from $1.75. Remember, I'm the same guy who called this whole fucking collapse, who said that the UST was a scam and called Luna going to zero 2 weeks ago when it was at $113. I don't see a single other person who called that Terra Luna. Everybody was talking about buying it. Everybody. I was in Terra. I sold out of it after making 20-something. It was a beautiful fucking futures trade, and I pulled out of it when I put everything together. It was insane. Once everything came together and I started selling stuff and I was putting it into UST, and then I started realizing everything, I'm like, wait a minute. There's nothing backing UST. Nothing. At least the USDT, I mean the USDC, it's backed by the US dollar, which how shitty it is, but it's at a 100.5, and I'll go to that after because we need to talk about it. Terra's not backed by anything but its own fucking, but Luna. Imagine the US dollar only being backed by itself, which, you know, and lies the problem once you took it off the gold standard. Look what you can do. It's an inflationary nightmare. But speaking of, oh, wait a minute. The Bitcoin dominance chart is something else we have to talk about. So the hype train ended. Your community contributed a total of 1 sub and 5,218 bits. Wow, thank you so much, everybody. It's not, I don't often, never, but that was a fantastic. Yeah, the USDC is the only one left in town. That's the only one that I would trust anyhow because it's backed by certain things. Oh, boy. Okay, guys. Miles just posted his video. Are we going to have a Miles indicator moment for the first time on Twitch? Massive crypto update. Luna UST. Don't worry, Miles. That's it? Bitcoin. See, he's got to be very vague on his titles now. Can't say going to the moon or anything. You notice yeah, oops. Oops. This is what's happening with everybody. Oops. Take a long look at that face, because that's the rest of YouTube. They're all fucking apologizing right now. Who's the only game in town that's not apologizing? Who was up at 3:30 a.m. to check on my kids and did an update last night, or this morning? You know, I'm here for a reason. I can come and show my face, although I can't do it right now because apparently I don't have it on Twitch. But, you know, that's just, it's just the way it goes. But anyhow, I could gloat all day, but I hate gloating. As I drink out of my coffee mug. Oh, you poor son of a bitch, the one person who left. You just couldn't take the banter, must be Miles. It's alright, Miles, we'll win you back. Oh. But alright, so the US dollar, remember the prediction? We broke out. We talked about how we were going to do a cup and handle way down here. If anybody's been watching me since my beginning, I talked all the way down here about how the US dollar was going to have a capitulation up. We were going to break out and have a successful cup and handle. I even put these targets before. Anybody who knows, who watches me, knows these targets have been up here. In fact, there's another one I just don't show. These targets have been up here since we were down here. Because I knew in order for us to hide inflation, we had to capitulate up. So we broke the cup and handle. We did this. And now look at, we're fighting for 106. Luna just flipped another zero. God bless. Wait a minute. Where's the guy who was in here yesterday? You were in here yesterday. You're part of my YouTube family. And you told me, Tom, trust me, you must buy Terra Luna. And I said, no, I've been around before, and I'm not willing to lose 99% before tomorrow. I was wrong. I would have lost 99.6%, you slimy son of a bitch. Where are you at? Tell me, trust me, buy Luna. You know? I would have lost 99% if I would have listened to that. So anyhow, the US dollar, we have a successful cup and handle. We're trying to come up here to $120 and capitulate. And we already broke this triple top that everybody didn't think was going to happen. But we did. We did. This weekly candle is showing us we're coming way the hell up here. And I even circled the double bottom. I've done the big cup and handle, how it's going to finally capitulate and die. Once it gets there, that's probably going to be where the US dollar dies, just so everybody knows. So you better start. And guys, buy your precious metals, for fuck's sake. Silver's at $20.79. Remember what my target was? I said, well, there's a chance we have to go back towards this uptrend. So don't be surprised if we get a big move down. And I'm waiting. Well, I'm not waiting. Every month I buy the same. Can't wait this month. 21st, baby. Just keep on trending down. So, I mean, the DXY is doing its job. The Dow finished off better than 100 points. And I'm going to tell you guys something. Today the Fed came out, or Powell, and he said, we're not slowing down. At least for the next two, we're going to have at least a minimum of 50 basis point rate hikes for June and July. And they're not ruling out 75 basis points. So, there's a big, big chance here that something extraordinary is going to happen with the markets, like I said. There's a pretty nice silverback token, silver by Minx. Hey, yeah, I bought a couple different ones, but because I mainly focus on silver and gold, silver mostly now, but I still have like 5 ounces of gold. But I have probably, I don't know, pushing 500 ounces of silver now, a couple ounces of platinum. But I've been buying platinum, the platinum assets on, well, I've got like 100 billion of one of them, so, you know. But yes, can you send me that token, Jesus, on my Telegram, please? I know you're over there. Or, no. Send me a message on here. You can send me a private message, and then I'll just add you on my Twitch. But wow, let me go through real quick. I apologize. It's been 28 minutes. I just want to say hi to everybody. About J-Ride, I appreciate you taking the time because I'm always going to say hi to everybody no matter how many people we get. Gummy, welcome in. Lobster sale. Hey! That sold at 3. That's a 300% profit. Let's go. But that's just, I'm trying to build up for the assets that are going to come online. Because they're doing my category right now. The gold category's filling up, and I'm fucking excited. So, Gummy, welcome in. IQ, Mr. William. D-Mac, welcome in. Hi, all newbie here subscribing tonight. Welcome! I appreciate that. Whitey, welcome in, and congratulations on getting that gift sub. Scrooge, welcome in, my main man. Ali, what's up, homie? Above the Sky, thanks for the 18 and... Oh, snuck 100 bits in there. I didn't even see it. Thank you for the 100 bits. And Cy Center, thank you for joining and being the 276th follower of the channel. Let's see. Token Jesus, welcome. Let's see. JMF Tracy, welcome. CF5000 or CW5000, thanks for the 5,000 bits. I can't thank you enough. American Zebra, welcome. We'll look at Quant right after I get done talking. Pizza Breath, thanks for gifting a tier 1 sub to Whitey, one of my longest viewers ever, actually from the beginning of YouTube. Let's see. Token Jesus, IQ, CW. About J-Ride, welcome in, and thanks for the 100 bits. I really appreciate that. Lanham, welcome, and thanks for the 10 bits. You guys are really, really generous tonight. I can't thank you enough. AZ Marine, Arizona Marine 16. Any special instructions for the Telegram? Looks like it is only scams. How? Oh, instructions for your Telegraph. My Telegram looks like it's only scams. How do you figure? Or what the fuck are you talking about? Would you like to elaborate? Any special instructions for your Telegraph? I'm assuming you're talking about Telegram. I don't know how it would only be scams. There's nothing in there. How would it be scams? There's just people talking. There's 252 people that are part of Tom's Army. They all talk. What do you think? I have a bunch of robots? Guilford, welcome. Following since the first week or two you started streaming on YouTube. And your brother, I've learned so much from you. And your hey, I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. Sink Laundry, welcome in. Blue Green, welcome in. XRP future million. Found XRP future millionaire. Didn't see you. I am XRP future millionaire. On Telegram, if you're searching for it, you can't find it. It's private. You have to be part of Tom's army. Oh! You probably did find a scam Telegram because it wouldn't have been me. Mine's not public. You have to join Tom's army on YouTube to get the Telegram link. I give it to people for supporting me on YouTube. It's not something people can publicly find. That could be the issue. So let's get back into the charts. Oh, well then you have the Telegram. Okay, so do you have this Telegram? So how is it a scam? I don't understand what you're talking about. What the hell is a scam about it? Yeah, if you're in the army, you need an invite. If you're trying to publicly search for it. We have 250 people in here right now. I can assure you it's not a scam. If you're finding somebody and not getting my link, it's a scam. It's not going to come up. I just told you. It's not public. You're going to get some douchebag who's imitating me. It happens all the time. I have so many imitators, it's sickening. You got to email me. StroutRugali@gmail. Send me a message on Twitch and I'll send you it. I'm glad you found me too, Darren. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, we got a cool thing over here. A really cool thing on here. Hey, no problem. Right, IQ. But anyhow, so the total crypto market cap is at 1.24 trillion. Remember what I've long said since it was up at about almost 3 trillion. It was up about 2.6 trillion when I said, and everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I somehow feel like people don't think I'm as crazy today as you guys thought I was about 6 months ago. When we're way up here in November, I'm saying we're going under 1 trillion and people are looking at me like I'm a fucking lunatic. You guys know what I'm talking about, my YouTube crowd. I literally got so much harassment, which I embrace. But now look, do I look so crazy? We've already got down before it pulled up to 1.088 trillion. What happens after this failed retest? Just curious. Like, this is what nobody realizes when they talk and they're asking about swing trading and all this in a market like this. Guys, we barely got on top of the 20-day. We have not broke this cup and handle. But we haven't even come back up into the drop. Look it. We're in a descending triangle. We haven't even come back up into the triangle. So we're so bearish right now, I can't even describe it. We don't have any upward pressure. We had a daily close that continued to form itself into a bearish engulfing candle as long as it pulls down. Now, it could pull up as a reversal. We just would have to get past 1.316 trillion. And then work our way back up to here to 1.56 trillion. But at any time, I mean, it can do it at any time. The problem is if we get any kind of sell volume here, because in the weekly, that's a huge engulfing candle. And right now, I mean, if the weekly candle closes under 1.295 trillion approximately, no, 1.298 trillion, if it closes below that, goodbye. Just wait for next. I think next week's going to be the historical week I've been talking about. The honest to God truth is, in the total crypto market cap, we didn't even start the bear's cross yet. What happens when we actually have to come down and the 20's got to come through this? I mean, we might be looking at a $600 billion market cap. And I'm not shitting you. We may cut in half or 2/3 from here. We have to wipe out 98% of crypto. I've been saying this for fucking 14 months, but nobody will listen. Some of you guys, well, I'm not saying nobody anymore. Some of you guys listen, and that's why you're liquidated. That means somebody's listening, and the message got through. I have lost 0% of my portfolio in this drop. I've gained hundreds of percent on my assets by doing my system and doing what I do. The traditional crypto market as we know it is about to go away. The Bitcoin dominance, once again, like we talked about a long time ago, was going to break out. And that doesn't mean that Bitcoin is pumping. That just means that the altcoins are dumping faster, like I've always said would happen. In fact, I even drew this out and then said we finally started the uptrend, that as long as we're on top of this uptrend, we're bullish. And what happened? We're starting to do that now. We broke out, hit the 100-day. Now we'll probably back test here, and then we're off to the races. And I predict that the dominance chart is probably going to come back up here somewhere, and we'll have a 60% dominance ratio for Bitcoin. Now, if this bearish continuation plays out to the downside, because it can, but I was saying I think it has a chance to break out and bounce before an ultimate breakdown. And this would have been your first section. So the fact we already broke up, showing a left shoulder, and should go like this, that should give us the confidence that Bitcoin, the dominance on Bitcoin is going up, but that should tell us Bitcoin's still going to crash. But the altcoins are going to crash even faster. That's the biggest issue we have right now. Tether is the next one to fall. Tether's going to finish crashing the market. I'm telling you. Telling you guys. Don't take lightly what happened today. We had a huge drop-off. Yes, it came back up, but we broke that ascending triangle. And this is just backtesting the ascending triangle. That was a rather significant drop for Tether. And look at all that sell pressure. That's a big problem. Now we're going to see here, but I wouldn't be surprised if this pulls back down at some point. We're running out of time. We're running out of time for this to pull out. Do I think UST? You mean the stable Terra, Luna? Are you talking about the stable coin Terra? Oh, you're talking about Tether. It very well could have a very bloody day tomorrow, but with the way that Luna went down, one thing at a time, so I could totally see them not letting it completely collapse. But look at Luna, guys. Remember how when we came on, it was up 18% or 28%? And I said, don't get caught in this shit. When you blink, you're going to be down 99%. Look at this. Just since we came on the air, it's completely reversed, and now it's a 100% turnaround. It's down 75% again. I mean, come on now. That is the greatest call in the history of anything anybody's ever called, including myself. Up here at $113, I said Tether's going to zero 2 weeks ago. Tether is basically at zero. It doesn't look like anything now, but that was my drop point. My first drop point came all the way down to here, and we were talking when I originally had it, and it came down to 35 cents from way up there. And everybody's like, what the fuck? And even when I did this, and I'll pull it out so you guys can see this. This was the initial measurement right here to bring us down, and I said we're coming down to 35 cents. And Terra was at like $93 when I said that. And I did it on a live here last week, and I showed that. And now look at this, guys. Like, we're not joking here. This has been 4 days. Look at how much money people have lost their entire life savings. Sean knows. What's up, Mr. Crothers, my main man from Maine? Sean was in it at $113 when I said, Sean, you have to sell this. It's going to zero. Sean can vouch for me. Sean, did I not say this was going to happen? It's crazy. It's crazy to me that Terra is now sitting another 80% down. You want to know what it looks like? When crypto goes to die, they take out the stables first. The fake stables. Luna was the fakest of them all. It was backed by itself. And remember what I said made it... You smell that? Remember what I said? I said when they said they were putting $10 billion into Bitcoin, I knew something was wrong. And Sean got out a long fucking time ago. RP Sherlock. Another one. He was down big on XRP. He asked me in confidence, what do I do? It's at 50 cents. I said, honestly, you sell if you can get it back to 52 cents. But the moment you see it about to break 50 cents, you sell it and you don't look back and you let it come down. Now XRP's down just from where he sold it when he thought he was fucked. Even being down 70%. And I'm only talking about it because he's been very honest with everybody. Right now, right where it's at right now, he can buy 23.49% more. Which means by my math, he's only 47% down. But he's buying at least 20% more. Now, if he waits properly and lets this maybe back test here if it wants to, but each time this daily comes, it's going to come down farther. So this is where it's, yeah, you have to take a risk sometime and bet on yourself that you know. His gut told him, even though he's way down, he needs to sell and he needs to pick it back up from the bottom. And you know what? I didn't tell him what to do. I just suggested what I would do because I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not going to tell you what to do. But the fact that I'm liquidated tells everybody everything they need to know. I'm not liquidated on my lobster assets, but in the traditional crypto market, I'm liquidated. Yep. Well, that's what I was trying. I was very vehement, Sherlock. I kept saying to everybody, don't buy Luna. It's going to zero. But there's hard lessons that need to be learned. All the time. Most of them won't, Sherlock. Most of them won't. That's the bottom line. Most of them won't. I'll show you ones that will. For anybody watching, get a fucking piece of paper out, please. Please get it. There's 55 people. Get a piece of paper out. Or do whatever you need to do. And the coins that will survive. Ready? Just write it down. So, first, Quant. Quant will be fine. And I'm not reading Polkadot or Tezos. I'm giving you the ones that I know. I don't know if Polkadot's going to make it. I don't know if Tezos is going to make it. What I do know is Quant's part of the ISO because of what it does with Ripple. Or with RippleNet and that whole thing. You can't have XRP and XLM and all this, XDC and all this stuff without Quant. Quant will be there. Theta will be there. Algo with the ISO will be there with IOTA. Luna gone, going to zero, like I said, at $113. Ethereum likely gone. It had an ICO. So everybody can say what they want about Ethereum. That I would not own in my portfolio. Litecoin gone. ADA will be here as the new Ethereum and Litecoin. Shiba will be here as part of the ISO along with ADA. Same thing with Dogecoin, part of it. Matic will be here with Polygon with the ID and all that good stuff. Bitcoin will be gone. Or at least in the form you know it. XRP will be here. XLM, XDC. DGB will be here with the Internet of Things. VChain will be here similar. Zillow will be here with the Zaliqua network. It works on its own thing and there's a reason why it's here. HBAR will be here with Hashgraph. Prophesized actually to be in the ISO. I just can't confirm nor deny it. XCM is probably going to be gone. T-Fuel will be here, part of Theta. Chainlink, I don't know if it's going to be here. OMG likely gone. Solana probably gone. It's got a faulty network. I don't care what anybody says. It can't handle the hash rate. And once that happens, it's useless. Casper will be here unthinkably. Engine Coin will likely be here under a different text. It won't be at a penny or more, though. If Engine Coin makes it, it'll likely... Not a penny, but it'll likely be a coin that stays under 10 cents for quite some time. If it makes it. And I know that's hard to believe still because it's at 60 cents, so we still got a long ways to go, ladies and gentlemen. Jasmine's likely not going to make it. I know a lot of people think it will, but I don't think so. AV has purpose. Spellcoin's gone. Sand's gone. Well, no. Sand, as long as the metaverse stays around in some capacity, is here. There's a real big chance that the metaverse is going to be overtaken. Oh, Casper's going to be here 100%. Sean Crothers knows why. Sologenic will be here. It's actually much bigger than most people think. We'll cover AMP right now because somebody asked me. And I wanted to cover it because in the 30 I seen a bolster version before I came on. So we needed to touch it. But this to me speaks, maybe this is a fake out. This could be a fake out unless the 20 crossed the 100. If you see the 20 cross the 100, which is the red line crossing the blue, and I'll show you the immediate uptrend, then we're going to continue on with my coin list. But here's all you guys need to know right now with this. If you break this uptrend, get the fuck out. Period. Get out. If you're in this, if you break this, and I'm going to go wick to wick. Because it's an aggressive uptrend. And we can't be stupid here. If you're in. So if you're in, it breaks that uptrend, you are out. You know, I mean, you should be out faster than... I just get out if this breaks this. And now if it breaks up, you know, it's probably going to fill this cup and handle out. And then you could have some kind of move like this. I'm just not convinced that all this is going to happen. Now, maybe you could swing around and hit up here, but that would be some fucking miracle if it rides that uptrend all the way up there. I'm just saying. I mean, that is a rather substantial downtrend. You know, that's not good. So, I mean, I could continue to draw this out for you if you want. Because I know you like quant. And Pizza brought the ass and he donated a sub to Whitey1111, if I'm remembering correctly. But we're going to go from these two wicks. Hey! I want to thank everybody. We just made history, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody watching, you've helped me make history. We had never once got over 60 people watching at once, so I want to thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to have so many people here. Anyhow, so that's the falling support. So it looks like we have some kind of downtrend forming here. And like I said, that uptrend, the moment we break that, out. Get out. Out. If you don't get out, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Right now, it looks like we have a bullish divergence starting in the 30-minute. So it could very easily bring us up to here at 0.16. Like I said, though, in the weekly, pay very close attention. We have very big weekly engulfing candles. And until we came back up and broke this 0.16, the descending triangle, and then popped to the top side at 2.1, this is very bearish. So if you're in it, ride it like I said. Because we have to have these little retests, guys. It's just what happens. Everybody wants to talk like, oh my God, look, things are pumping. XRP's at 39 cents. A lot of people said it could never get below 50 cents again, let alone be right here. But I'm supposed to believe we're pumping. I didn't know pumping meant 75% of my portfolio would be gone. So we also have, let's see which other ones will be here. AMP. I'm iffy. 50-50 on AMP. The mirror protocol likely will be wiped out. I know a lot of people are going to hate that I said that, but I'm sorry. It probably will be wiped out. BAT likely goes to shit. Kava, 50-50 on that one. Anchor will be around. Rune, I think will be around. Ethereum Classic will get wiped out with Ethereum. As long as they do the right thing, Ethereum could still sneak its way through for a little bit, for a couple years. Crypto.com coin's going to get fucking extinguished. And for anybody who doesn't know Coinbase, you better get your money off Coinbase. I'm going to be talking a lot more about that in my updates on YouTube. But Coinbase has basically filed a motion. And let's just put it this way. You better get your fucking money out of Coinbase by next week. DAG. I mean, do we really think DAG, Waves, and Kuma are going to be around? I mean, if you guys like them, so be it. Monero will be around. BTT will be gone with Bitcoin. Malaysian Ringgit. AVAX will be here. It's got utility. But like I'm saying, the ISO coins, though, is what you need to focus on. XRP, XLM, XDC, Algo, IOTA. Doge, Shiba. These are the main Quant. These are the main ones you focus on. And then you go to the next category, which will all be here. Theta, T-Fuel, VeChain, ZIL, DGB. Quant I already said in the first part. But this is how you have to do it. Yeah, I can, here, let me show you this real quick. So, a lot of people have talked about it. So, a lot of people won't be able to withdraw money, but Coinbase in particular, get it off now. Exchanges are freezing withdrawals if you don't. And then he suggested Lobster, Exodus Wallace. But he particularly mentions Coinbase. This is from Coinbase. Is that true? So, a lot of people are having problems with Coinbase. So many people from Coinbase are on Twitter mad as hell that their accounts are frozen, and that's what's happening. They don't have that. Like I theorized, guys, they didn't have any money in these stable coins on some of these exchanges. So once Luna went to zero, I think a lot of I don't even know if they can pay the shorts out on some of these sites. Imagine if somebody took out a short on Terra, like right now on Terra on KuCoin. During this whole drop, you can only take out an 8x leverage position instead of anything higher. Which tells you everything you need to know. I don't think they have the funds. So, Coinbase is a big problem, guys. Coinbase is a huge problem. Whoops. And remember how I said Coinbase earnings were going to be a disaster? They came back a disaster. Here's what I'm talking about, guys. So here's the breaking news. Coinbase might go bankrupt. Fucking bankrupt. People are calling on Coinbase users to transfer their crypto into hardware wallets after the exchange warned a bankruptcy could mean losing their investment. Guys, I've talked about this for a long time. All these exchanges that use a stablecoin like Terra, the USDT, to use their futures trading or their margin trading, they're all going to be out of commission. Get yourself your lobster. Get yourself a site. And yes, a lot of people hate Uphold because of the fees. Uphold's already updated with UF3, and there's a reason why you pay the fees. It's that fucking simple. KuCoin to me is going to be a big problem, and I have KuCoin. When you used to sell, it would automatically put your money into UST, which is Terra stablecoin. Well, anybody who just converted out and had no idea what the hell was going on, they lost all their money in their UST. That would have been me, guys. Let's say I went on vacation and I wasn't paying attention and I just cashed out of XRP. Said, I'm going to ride this down. I got my money in my, thinking it's in USD because you would think that's where it got cashed out initially, not on KuCoin. So people are calling on Coinbase users to transfer their crypto into hardware wallets after the exchange warned a bankruptcy could mean losing. No shit. If they go bankrupt, our money's gone if you're in Coinbase. Remember, I never trusted Coinbase to begin with. And never once have I advised anybody of my 10,300 subscribers on YouTube to ever go to Coinbase. Many are calling for Coinbase users to move crypto to hardware wallets or physical storage devices. Coinbase disclosed Tuesday that it could absorb users' crypto in the unlikely event of bankruptcy. So they're telling you, they're going to absorb your fucking crypto. Get your shit off of Coinbase right the fuck now if you're watching me. Now. Experts, this is what they say. Coinbase disclosed Tuesday that it could absorb users' crypto in the unlikely event of bankruptcy. That's the essential same meaning that if the bank said, if we go bankrupt, we're going to take all of your money and use it as collateral. Fuck that shit. Get your stuff off of Coinbase now. If they even let you withdraw. And my suggestion is to open up a lobster and don't even put it back into your bank because they're probably not going to let you. Withdraw that shit and put it into lobster where I put my stuff. Remember what I told everybody? The day of reckoning was going to happen and they're not exempt. None of them. None of them. None of them. Unless you own your own assets, none of them are exempt. Experts say the wallets, which resemble USB drives, are like putting something in Fort Knox. Coinbase on Tuesday warned it could absorb its users' crypto as property in the unlikely event of bankruptcy. Like, how could the courts go with this? The courts ruled that this is 100% acceptable. The acknowledgement put some crypto watchers in a tizzy as it appeared to go against a core tenet of the decentralized finance movement, giving people complete control and ownership of their own money. Like I've stated from the beginning, if you're not on Lobster or a DeFi that works with the Quantum Financial or a DEX or whatever, you do not own your crypto. I don't care what the exchanges say. I don't give a damn. You don't own it. You have Lobster, you own your assets. They cannot take it away from you. It's that simple. Understand what you're buying and what you're doing. The fact people won't listen to this and they'll leave instead of watching this is what pisses me off. And now many users on Twitter and other social media sites are calling for Coinbase users to transfer their crypto to so-called hardware wallets. Another thing you got to be careful of is the hardware wallets. Experts have long said hardware storage is the most secure way to store keys, and Douglas Bordwick told Insider that doing so is something that many longtime crypto users or holders have already mastered. Now listen, if you're buying a Ledger wallet off of fucking Amazon or eBay, that's not the right way to go. If you're buying it right from like a NanoX Ledger, like the website, that's the way to go if you're going to go that route. Just don't buy it from Amazon or some other place that is already doing whatever the fuck they're doing with it. I take that back. You can use Amazon. Just make sure it's coming from a legitimate company where they're not fucking with your packaging. So if you're ordering it from the NanoX Ledger website, make sure that it's some kind of corporate third party or whatever, that they're actually extending it to Amazon, because there is ways to do it. As long as it's coming directly from their website and that's like a third party shipper for them. Yes, that's fine. But you have to validate that this is not used in any way. But I wouldn't personally use Amazon to do it. I mean, if you don't have to, but if you can verify it, you can use Amazon. But Amazon has a lot of knockoffs. So much like lobster, if you're using lobster, you got to understand there's real and there's fake. So these maximalists want to hold on to their balance, not trade it. For that reason, it might be new to crypto. Disciples that get burned if Coinbase ever did go bankrupt. The hardware wallet is essentially like putting something in Fort Knox. So know that if you have any crypto on Coinbase, including Bitcoin, it can be confiscated as collateral in case they go bankrupt. Not your keys, not your coins. Time to buy a hardware wallet if you did not already. So when you buy on Lobster, you have your keys and everything else. So, but guys, breaking news here with Coinbase. Like, did a lot of you guys not even know about this? I'm going to have to do an update on my YouTube after this. Wow. Wait a minute. What? CW 5,000 with another 1,000 bits. Holy shit balls. That's like 6,000 bits you've donated this. HJ Then You. Holy smokes. With 200 bits coming in clutch. That must have been good information. I really appreciate that. I do. And Sink Laundry. Also with the 100 bits. At 848. Holy smokes. I think I said thank you to... I just didn't know because it was so close to CW. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you. It's been a nice day. Look at the hype train ends and then you guys decide to send stuff. I see how it is. Although, let's be fair. CW 500 was a big part of the hype train. Hey, HJ Then You with 200 more bits. I don't deserve this. I do and I don't. Just like when it comes to spiritual things, the more valuable something is, the more important that you get it from the source. Absolutely, Token Jesus. Yeah, great job, Ali. How fast Luna came down. I predicted it to go to 0. You guys know this. I predicted it at $113. I didn't predict it to go down to 0 this quickly. I knew what I was talking about because I said, even in my video, before XRP and everything started collapsing, what did I say? Luna collapsed the whole crypto market and nobody even knows. Luna pulled the rug on crypto and nobody even realizes it. And 3 hours later, the entire crypto world realized it. It's just, when you watch this play out, it's unbelievable. Yeah. Nick, Coinbase, anything Coinbase is fucked if it goes bankrupt. If I was you, anybody in my audience, learn how to use Lobster. It's the next big thing. It's already been around for a long time, but you're going to have to put your stuff I still can't believe we broke a milestone of 60 people today. My goal on, just so everybody knows, my goal on fucking Twitch is to become a partner on here too, but you have to average 75 viewers. So, I've already reached all the other shit. So I think at some point we're going to be partner on Twitch. But I really am glad you guys appreciate this platform. I really am. You certainly did send me something on Cash App. I apologize. I need to look at that more often. Jerry Kerr sent you $9. Wow, just so everybody knows, that would be the equivalent to 9,000 bits. So I'm going to speak in bits. Jerry sends 9,000 bits. Dancing Jesus sends 5,000 bits on Cash App. What a guy. Let's see, everybody always yells at me for not looking at them all. I highly doubt anybody said anything on PayPal. Well, I'll be damned. Fuck me, I am. Navidi Super Sad sent 9,070 bits on PayPal. I guess I shouldn't have spoke too soon. And now I can obviously say nobody said anything on Venmo. Because there's just been too much stuff sent tonight. There shouldn't be anybody left. No. Okay. Thank you guys, but seriously, I appreciate all the support. I really do. I can't believe it's already been an hour and 1 minute and this live stream already went through like that. Holy fuck. Ali, thank you for the 100 bits, homie. Jenglish, I appreciate that. Yeah, Sean, you always do every single month, and I appreciate that. Yes, you are, IQ. You sure are. You've always been very supportive, and I appreciate that. Guys, for me, as much as I want to buy stuff, like I said, when it comes to the crypto market right now, in the traditional sense that we're staring at, right here, right now, if you're not looking, like I'm looking to buy in when I long hold. I'm not looking for these tax implications or anything else. So, when I get my price, I'm going to buy in. But right now, Sunday's the end of this weekly candle, which means by Sunday, we're likely going to have a shitstorm again. Again. Jesus Christ. Whitey. Thank you for the 500 bits, man. Oh, wait a minute. I was saying 5,000 bits or whatever. No. I think I said 500 bits when it was a $9, 900 bits. No, I think I said 9,000. Anyhow, Jerry with the $9 sent 900 bits. You guys know what I mean. And then, Jesus sent 500 bits. Bits is bits, absolutely. So I appreciate it, guys. I mean, you're having a bad day. You've already had some trades that really kicked you in the nuts. Now, we can draw out Doge. I can show you exactly what Doge is doing. Is it a good trade is relative, man. Right now, it's very hard to say. We don't have a lot of volume. Now, the top end potential, like even right now, if you were going to buy Doge, you'd want to be in it when it first starts pumping. Like, that's the number one thing I can say. You buy it on the very bottom. Like, you have to take a chance there. Now, we're at major crossroads here. This is where we had to break out of this bear flag, basically, just to get up into the much wider part of the bear flag. And then we could possibly make a run at 9.79, 9.8, but it's not with 100% certainty. I can tell you this right now. Right now, we have a 30-minute engulfing candle. We broke out of here, but the 100 days right here, which a lot of times it starts to get hammered by that. Let's assume we can break out of this section, right? Let's assume right now that we did the cup and handle. It's a bullish handle, right? Because it looks like it. Now what you'd be looking at is the next tap of the uptrend. If it comes down and taps the uptrend, then you can buy it and try to ride it to here. Until it gives you that support, you really don't have any basis to buy this. You could try to go out on a limb here and buy it, but you need some kind of support bounce here, and 8.4 would be likely that support. Maybe 8.8 could be a support bounce, but no, 8.4 would be a good bounce. But the problem here is there's not much backing any of this. I mean, the volume is so low. Like, what do we expect to push us through here? Yes, we're starting a bullish divergence here. A nice trap before the weekend is what I think. But I'm focused on buying my bullion, my gold, my silver. I've got a nice short with fuel cell that was a $1,300 short. I have nice things on my assets I'm buying. I have my physicals that I buy. Right now in this crypto market, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot dildo, and I'm just being honest with you guys. Even seeing a W reversal and knowing that these can pop up, and we might end up back here to retest these areas, you couldn't pay me enough to buy this when I know eventually most of these are going to zero. Why would I put my hard-earned money into this and not, like XRP, what did I say yesterday? This uptrend. We had an uptrend. We broke out of it, but look, we made a W today. We're going to try to come up here, but I said yesterday, our top end potential could be up here, but I have zero interest in trading the market. There's something fishy going on. When they say that they can freeze your account at any moment, and it's not just on Coinbase, it's on many different sites. When they're telling me that I can be in a trade and I might not be able to get out of said trade, there's no way on God's green earth that I'm going to get into a trade on any one of these fraud exchanges because they're all the same. At the end of the day, it's manipulated, and I'll be damned if all my money gets stuck in here. I've done my job by not losing my ass on XRP and my ISO coins while they were going down. The coins I were in are down better than 85% right now from the top. So, as far as I'm concerned, the market can quit. It can keep bending people over and, you know, thrusting their eyeballs out of their head from force. But for me, I'm going to sit back and watch this market and embrace the fact that I accurately called it, and I'm going to buy the bottom when the actual bottom happens. There's nothing that drives me more sick than everybody saying, I'm going to buy the bottom. I'm buying the dip. Motherfucker, we haven't even hit the dip. Stop. Stop. That's all I ever hear. Stop. You make me sick. You haven't bought a dip yet. You're yet to buy a dip because it hasn't happened yet. That's how you can do the top end wick. So if we think we're going anywhere, we're going to have to break this little pattern right here, just like that. The moment it breaks that uptrend, you come back to 35 cents and then 33.6. So, I mean, how much are you willing to risk? Look at the fucking volume. You're telling me you're going to risk all your money on this when the volume looks like that? Call it fear, call it whatever. I'm not insane. We're in a heavy bear market, and the government's just telling us. Oh, let's see. No, Ali, that's how most people are when they come into my room, though. You got in at 876. Christ almighty. Didn't we just have this talk about Luna? 876 is fine. But what's your bailout plan, Ryan? Because when you have a bullish cross here, what do I always say, guys? Oftentimes, but not always, this price action is going to suddenly reverse back down after it hits the 100. And then you're going to end up hitting this down here at 8.2 or 8.3, 8.3.5. And then even if we have a run, everybody who got in where Ryan likely did will be out because we hit the 100 and we come and hook up this. You don't often see it just go straight up. Now it can, Ryan, because we're on top of the 20-day. But in your position, you would want to be in as close to the 20-day as possible, which is 8.2. And in fact, you got in as far away as possible at this particular moment. So what you need is to hope to God that after this 30-minute candle, it doesn't fall apart. Because the first 90 minutes are always the hardest. Hey, that's if you're up 15% and out, then well, that's what I'm talking about. That's fine. But if you were, oh, you must have been futures trading. Well, you got to preface it by saying you're in a fucking futures trade, Ryan. That's different. They want everyone to sell. Sell what? No, they want everybody to hold. You're backwards above this guy. That's been the point the whole time. They need you to hold. You're their value. They need you to hold. Why do you think everybody on YouTube tells you we're in a bull market? They need people to hold the bag. They didn't come up with the term hold the bag because people were getting paid. Yeah, futures. That's what I figured. Hey, 15% in and out. Something to start. Just don't get too ahead of yourself. Look at Luna, guys. I want to know. I still remember the guy yesterday who told me to buy Luna and thank him later. Remember, Luna was at $1.16 when he said that. And I said, no, thank you. I'd rather have my money. No, yeah, above this guy. See, I can talk to you because I know you, so I can talk boldly to you. Some people I won't. But guys, it was my but guys, I gotta go do fatherly duties. So it's been a pleasure and an honor. I can't believe everybody in here. Make sure you hit that follow button if you're new. Also, check me out on YouTube. Hit that video description. Hit the Twitch homepage, my homepage. Click the video link. And go to my YouTube with more than 10,300 subscribers. No problem, everybody. It's a pleasure for me. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, we're on the same page, and I 100% agree with that above the sky. I 100% agree with that. They do. They need everybody out of the market by one way or the other. By either force or bankruptcy. Hey, above the sky, thanks for the 5 bits on the way out. I appreciate that. I love you too, above the sky. And you got my birth year on you. I was born in 1983, so we have a special connection every time I see your name. So, stay blessed, everybody. Check me out on YouTube. I'm going to do a special breaking news update on Coinbase, cover XRP real quick, and then hit Bitcoin. And then I'm going to put my kids to bed and do what I got to do. Stay blessed, everybody. There's going to be a lot of stuff going to zero, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I hope to see you guys on YouTube as well. Ooh, the USDT. Duh. We talked about Tether. I don't know if I ever went to it, though. But what I'm looking at here is even if we were able to come up, with Tether, we're running. So we're going to have this last push probably to here. But look, we started the day here, came down. We had a big dump. Now we're doing this up with no volume, maybe this, and then we're going to probably crash right after that. Crashing price, rising volume is a recipe for a reversal. So we're likely hunting this broken pattern that we dropped, and then we'll come up here and probably crash. But Tether's the next one to drop, just so everybody knows. Tether's the next one to drop. It's already proved this to us with this big volume spike, and I've been calling Tether for a while. I didn't know if Terra would do it before Tether until 2 weeks ago. I knew Terra would be the first to go. So this sell volume right here was 4.798, followed by 4.5. But then we had a 4.83 buyback. But then it just died off as we're going up. So what we're watching right now, if you're looking at Tether, we're trying to see if we can get back over this broken ascending line that was support at 34.95. If that fails, then we can continue our journey down, because I think we might have started the topping reversal, and this might just put in the right shoulder here, which is what it might do. Sometimes they like to come up, not always, but often they come up to the broken formation, which was an ascending triangle, and that's what it looks like we're trying to back test. USDC. If you're in America, just put it in USDC. The digital currency, it's backed by the US dollar, and it's also backed by treasury bonds. And the US dollar right now, if there was any time to trust it, is while it's capitulating up. It's at 104.74, so it's going to be worth more than it has been in a long time. I believe it's capitulating up next to 106 and then ultimately 120. So for the last time in history, you can leave your money in the USDC and feel confident. If you're going to leave it in a stable, do not put in anything but that. That's just my friendly advice. So, the USDT. Yeah, it's just the United States digital currency. It's like the US dollar currency. It's the same thing as your US dollar, just in digital form. It's like digital Tether, except backed by the dollar. Let's just put it that way. That's a loaded question, Seahawk. I'm gonna have to answer that another night because I'm logging off. But right now, I mean, you're in a tough spot. You're riding a little uptrend right here, but it's gonna roll over here pretty quickly. But I gotta log off, guys. But what we're looking for is possibly 34.93 on Tether. If it fails to break this ascending support, which is now acting as resistance, likely when we get up there, we're gonna come all the way back down and try to double bottom and try to hold at about 32.99. We break that, and then Tether's going to go down to where I said. This is going to end up much like Luna, and it's going to come way down. We might not come way down in a minute, but it's going to come way down. I think they're going to crash the rest of the market with Tether, so don't be surprised next week if something very historic happens.